which can perform something, right? So here we are using this function to perform area calculation or perimeter calculation, right? So this will return some value. We'll make a function which would return some value, right? So your functions not only can do some particular or specific activity, but here they can also return some value after the calculation. Okay. So today we're just going to do similar kind of a function so that it will return the value and you can use that value to display it on the label, right? So let's quickly see how to do that. Before that, also I would just like to tell you a few advantages of functions, right? So functions do some specific task. We got to know that now, right? Not only that, they make your code more readable, reusable also. Wherever you want and whenever you want, you can call the function and you can get the functionality done with that, right? So that's how functions work. Okay. Now let's quickly see and write a function. So using this block, you can just create a function. Okay. Now we can just name this as area, right? And I'm just using this return value and we can place this formula over here, right? So it will just return this value now. Okay. And now where can you call this function? So using this, you can just call the function. So this is a calling a function block. Basically, this is defining a function and this is calling a function. So we just have to use the function name to call it. That's it. That's how simple it is, right? Now you can see, like you can see this became more readable now, right? So set number on area label and the area value will be set. It's something like that now, okay? So let's just quickly drag another function. Let's rename this as perimeter. So I'm writing perimeter and then we'll just drag a return value. Oh, wait. We have to drag this formula here. Okay, and you can call the same method over here. So basically the function name is perimeter. So we will be using perimeter and we'll call it. Okay. So that's how we can you create this thing using functions, right? So function area is created, whatever is the return value, it will be returning to this whenever you call it. Okay. So that value will be stored inside the area label now because we are setting number on the area label and perimeter label, right? Let's quickly check it out if this works or no, right? I'm just resetting this, run it. Let's give 2, calculate. So it says 4 and 8, right? So 2 2's 4 and 2 4's 8. This is happening, right? This is also cool. Like we can do it like this. If you want to pass in some parameters and then you want to get it, right? You can also do it like that. Here we already have get number from text input 1 and get number from text input 1. Likewise, we are doing it, right? So if you want to pass in some parameter and then if you would like to do this, you can definitely do that with this function, right? So how would you do that? Let's quickly check it. Let's say I will rename this as area 1. Okay, and here we can pass in some parameter. So let's suppose I am passing in num1. Okay, so let's just drag this and place it over here. Instead of get number from text input 1, right? So I'm just dragging this out. Let's just drag this block out. Let's just drag this block out. And we can get this thing in. So let's get that. Let's get this. And instead of my function, I will write area 1. Okay. So now instead of n, you can just drag get number and drop it over here because that's gonna be the number, right? And this is gonna be our parameter now. Okay. So that will be passed into num1 and you will just say num1 multiplied by num1. Okay. So let's quickly just say num1 multiplied by num1. So these are called as parameterized functions. What am I doing here? While calling the function, I'm just passing the parameter, right? The value. And that will be, while calling a function, if you are passing, that will be getting into the parameter only. So here I'm giving the parameter name as num1, right? So here we are passing the arguments and this is going to be the parameter now, okay? So now I'm just multiplying those parameters here. Whatever is the value, it will return and that will be stored inside area label now. Okay. So let's quickly check out how that works, right? I'll quickly drag this thing. Let's return it over here. Let's drag this out. Let's drag this out. Let's rename this function as perimeter1. Okay, so instead of n, you can say num2. And here, let's write instead of my function again, perimeter1. We just have to pass in the same parameter again, right? So from text input itself, we are getting the text, right? So that's not gonna change. That would be same. So I'm just dragging this and dropping it in the parameter here. And instead of 4 multiplied by get number, this time we would say num2. So num2. Okay. So that's it. We have called the functions here while passing some parameters and those will get multiplied and then they will be giving you some value. Okay. Let's quickly reset and check this out. So I'm running it. Let's write 10 this time. Calculate. So area is 100 and perimeter is 40. Absolutely. 10 multiplied by 10 is 100. 10 multiplied by 4 is 40. Okay. So this is all. This is another way of doing it, right? So likewise, there are multiple ways of doing this kind of a thing, right? So the main agenda here was for us to understand what are functions and what are parameterized functions, right? So with parameters, you can absolutely pass in any number of parameters, okay? And you can calculate, you can use that value inside the function to calculate anything, okay? So this is one way of doing it, right? If you don't want to pass in parameters, you just want to directly multiply get number and get number, that was also working fine, right? But with this, any dynamic value can be passed, right? So if you just want to call this area 1 and perimeter 1 with some other thing, okay, and if you just want to pass in manually, you can absolutely do that. You can manually pass in some number and you can get the result, okay? So that's how parameters work. And not only one single argument you can pass in multiple arguments. Okay. So like here only I'm giving num1 one parameter, I mean one argument, right? Here I'm using one argument. So if you want to use, you can use more arguments and parameters will be passed. And you can use that same parameter inside the function. Okay. So this is all about functions and the use of it. How can you exactly apply that inside a program? We just saw that right now. Okay. So this is all about it. And if you have any questions, you can do let me know in the comment section below. So I will be getting back to you as soon as possible. Right. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I hope you all like it. If you have any concerns, do let me know in the comment section. And please do like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel, Folks Hub. Bye bye, and have a great day, all.